Well, I was about to say it's another beautiful day on the homestead, but all of a sudden the wind kicked up. Not sure how the audio is going to come out on this video, but I'm playing catch up, so I'm going to go ahead and do this because I have another video to make after this one. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I'm on the homestead in West Virginia. This is gardening on a budget. Within gardening on a budget is gardening over 40. So those of you who are baby boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, welcome wherever you are in the world. This is going to be a short video, so hang on. It's only going to be a few minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to label this tips and tricks, shortcuts. People call them hacks. And basically what I'm going to do is go over a couple of things that I'm doing and that you can do around your homestead, your house, your backyard to make life a little bit easier. You might as well start here. Last fall, early winter, I bought a can of spray paint and told you guys that you can use that to mark certain areas in your garden. This is the driveway coming into the homestead, and at night it gets pretty dark. There's no street lights, so to avoid people from running into this, I decided to put this marker here. When the headlights shine on it, you'll see it. And I have another one over here which is identical. This is what I use. It's fluorescent orange paint. You can pick it up at, pretty much any hardware store. And this is good for markers. It'll probably also attract birds and bees. I also use it here because I pull up in here, and if you're pulling up here at night in the dark, then especially if it's raining, if the weather's bad, it'll guide you or at least show you where not to go. I have these lights all over the place. So what happens is you'll get a reflection from here to here. And there's another one up there. They're all over the place. I have probably 7 or 8 of these. So from that tip, I'm going to go to tip number 2 real fast. And I have a little setup over here. This is for your small plants, or you can use them for starters. These little pots have holes in the bottom, drainage holes. So what do you do to keep the soil from falling out? I have 2 solutions for you. One are these coffee filters. I use coffee filters that are not bleached. This happens to be the brand I'm using right now, but I'm not too fussy. But I don't want to use, let's put it like this. I'll use as few chemicals as possible, none if I can get away with it. So you just shove that in here. It fits perfectly at your soil. Solution number 2. Everybody loves pistachios. What do you do with the shells? Well, you line the bottom and it fills in these holes. Then you put the soil in and you end up with this. This is my basil, and I think this is cilantro on the right. So they're growing nicely. So there's another little tip for you to use. And moving along, I want to go over here. This is my current project. I grew squash in here last year. Well, I think it was year before last. And you can see the weeds have taken over, the leaves have taken over, and it's a bit of a hot mess, but that's about to be rectified. Now, most gardeners will tell you, break these leaves up and put the tiller in, add some soil. It's a lot of work. I'm not doing that, at least not this year, not in this area. I will be using the tiller in other parts of the garden. But for this quick fix, what I've done is took the wrapping paper, the packing paper rather, from stuff I get in the mail like Amazon, and shove it down like this. This one I left partially out so you can see. So this is how it looks in the beginning. This is how it looks on the end. Basically, once you push this down, you fill it with soil, and you get to plant. I have all these to do. So I've got 1.5 done. I'm going to do these. You see what's happening? If I don't, now the weather's starting to change, and I'm going to get weeds again. I don't want weeds. I want plants. Specifically, I want lavender. So think of each one of these as a small pot. Lavender is pretty hardy. It's easy to maintain. So I'll have, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about a dozen of these lavender plants that'll go on there. There's a dual purpose for this. The other reason is because I want to keep the deer away, keep the critters away. So, away from what? Away from the squash I'm going to plant here. These leaves are my friend. Usually they're a pain in the behind, but I'm going to leave these leaves here, and I'm going to take this cardboard. You're probably wondering why this big old box was sitting here. This box is going to sit here for about 6 to 8 weeks, because that's how long it's going to take to kill any weeds that might be coming up underneath here. I'm going to have to tuck this under so I can cover this part here. This whole area is going to be devoid of light, and when I do that, that's going to kill off anything that might consider growing this spring. Then I'm going to add this. This is basically edging. It's going to go from here, from this last brick here, down here, all the way around to here. This cardboard, once it starts to break down, I'm going to bring in soil, probably about 10 bags of soil, and I'm going to throw it right on top. So that is going to be my new garden area. Once the soil is on top of this cardboard, I'll let it break down some more. I'll put this edging around, and I'll have my garden. Now, the lavender that I'm going to plant here is not going to completely deter the deer. It'll give them something to think about, but I'm going to have to put more lavender. I have pots down this way of lavender that I grew last year. So I will take these pots and I will move them down here and put them around the edge here. And once all this is done, I'll show you guys. The end result. So that's another quick way to plant some lavender. Another quick way to get your garden up to snuff. There is soil down here already from the last time that I used this area for the squash. So I'm not starting from scratch. But as I said, this has to be folded over and moved up. You get the idea. So you have the fluorescent paint. You have the pistachio nuts. You have the coffee filters. You have the paper that from your packing to be able to plant your lavender, and you have this cardboard box. I have a couple of these. I may use these in other areas of the garden. So this is a shortcut. It may not be the recommended way, but it's going to be my way for now, because I'm not for a lot of bending and moving, and I have a whole lot of other things to do. This garden needs a lot of work. I have about 4 or 5 areas I'm going to have to work on. So this is one less thing that I have to deal with. So that's it. Like I said, this was going to be a short video. I have another one in the works. I just put a video up. What's today? Wednesday. I put a video up yesterday. So please go and check it out. You'll see it pop up on the right-hand side in a couple of seconds. I'm the Frugal Gardener. Thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Please tell your friends. Remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. I'll catch you guys in a few days with a new video. Have a good one.